Okay, forecast. Chance of snow 60%, but
It's still 4 to 12 inches.
4 to 12 inches is no joke for sure. So, but yeah, so the kind of the things that we need to be thinking about as we pack and prepare are staying dry and staying warm, because we have some of the low temperatures are going to be in the teens potentially. Hopefully it's only in the 20s, but yeah. So we're about to be setting off on a road trip for Utah, southern Utah, Canyon country. And this is gonna be my girlfriend's first backpacking trip. So we've done a lot of hiking adventures and things like that, but not actual overnights. And the biggest concern is we just have some really inclement weather going on. So not only here in my hometown of Flagstaff, but the whole Southwest desert is engulfed in a snowy, sleety mix. It's going to present some challenges.
This is a new backpack to me, so I'm gonna try and figure out the ins and outs of it, where all the pockets are and where I want to put things.
You should watch, YouTube has some really good tutorials on how to pack your backpack. I might even know a guy that makes some really cool videos. So, if you want.
I still don't know where my binoculars are.
Are they not in the truck?
I don't think so, because we cleaned everything out.
Okay, rain jacket, dry bag. Let's cinch this baby up.
Aha!
Oh, you found them. Okay, we've got all of our camping gear, got our food. Ready, babe?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go to Utah.
All right.
As we set out on the road, the rain of Flagstaff quickly gives way to a snowy blanket that covers the high country of the Southwest. We're a little sad that we had to leave Kovu behind with Kristi's sister, as the route we planned prohibits dogs. He'll be disappointed to miss out on the adventure, but considering the wintry scene and the sub-zero temperatures, we might discover that Kovu is getting the better deal. It's not exactly ideal backpacking weather. And since this is Kristi's first backpacking trip, and I'm hoping that she'll want to join me on many more backcountry adventures, I'm a little nervous the weather will make this trip memorable for all the wrong reasons. Lucky for me, so far, Kristi's spirits don't seem to be dampened by the weather.
Officially now, I'm somewhere I've never been before. So we're kind of on the more eastern side of Grand Staircase, Escalante. We're gonna have a big adventure. We're gonna potentially get wet. I have to do some wiggling through some wet canyons. I've never been out here. We've just tried to gather as much beta as we can before diving into the canyon. I think we have a solid plan, and I can't wait to actually go see what it is.
And the desert right now has beautiful color as well, just from all the shrubs and everything. There's some like reds and beautiful sagey greens and everything. So it's, you come out here and you think it's gonna be a barren, like boring land, but man, the desert is just outstanding.
We were bouncing along the road pretty good, thinking that we were just having a fun old time. And all of a sudden I kept hearing this clink, 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 and asked Kristi to roll down the window and see if anything happened to be wrong with any of our tires. Can you check out the window? Something's not sounding right.
Driving down that 10-mile rocky dirt road, we, heard something kind of funny and looked out the window. I was just like, yikes. We have a flat tire.
Well, that blows. Well, isn't that just perfect? Wow. Why is everything going like this right now? Where'd that one little metal, other little...
You know what? People gotta be prepared for this.
All right, do you think that little thing can handle the rest of the road?
We've only got 4 more miles.
Okay. We also have to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fixing a flat tire is a buzzkill at the best of times. Combined with the long, rough 4x4 road, the waning light of a short winter day and the temperatures that are about to plummet, my patience is wearing thin. We still have to get on the trail, make some miles, and set up camp. All of which I'd prefer not to do in the dark.
Woo! All right, baby.
When we finally pulled up to the trailhead, it was kind of like the moment I'd been waiting for. There was all this buildup, all these nerves about the weather and the conditions. But when we actually pulled into that trailhead, there was so much beautiful light shining on the cliffs. It was towards the end of the day. It was pretty late in the day to really start, but we knew we weren't trying to get very far down the trail. That's when it really felt like things really settled in on our trip.
So we've gotten just a quick little bit of trail, like half mile, 3/4 of a mile under our belt. And just can't believe how beautiful this canyon is. Kristi was just commenting about the stillness, silence kind of the desert. And I feel like right now, especially as the temperatures dropped for like the season, it's just the desert takes on a whole new atmosphere. Couldn't ask for a better start to the hike and kind of like an end of the day. Like, it's kind of crazy how they're coinciding here, but I'm just loving it.
So we'd been on the lookout for a good camp spot. We found a nice spot where we could roll out our tent and get our sleeping bags rolled up. Really, it was dark at that point, so we were just kind of working together with our headlamps on. And it was really cold, so we knew we wanted to get food.
Look at that, that looks so good.
We wanted to get our sleeping bags out so we could just stay warm and make it through the night.
Do a test shot. So one of my favorite things about being in a place like this is getting to do night time-lapse photography. The stars overhead are so crisp and clear. It's some of the best stargazing anywhere. Like, I love this high desert. The air is super cold and dry, which just makes for perfect stargazing conditions. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to light up the scene just a little bit with some artificial light. So brought with me just like a little lantern that puts out a really small amount of light. So it's gonna shine on this juniper and this big boulder and hopefully get the stars kind of passing through in this gap between them. It's kind of my vision, but we'll see how it actually goes in reality. Then this will be clicking away while I'm sleeping. Let's see how it goes. Lights off. So left this running all night, and as you can see, this camera got brutally frosty. It looks like a lollipop. I hope that my camera is still all right. I mean, I'm sure the innards are fine, but it definitely got a lot of ice on that front of the lens. So who knows if my shot is gonna be there. There's something there. Looks like the light might have gotten covered in frost. At least it's fun to try.
The frost on everything, the frost on the tent was just layered, almost like it snowed. It was absolutely beautiful. But it definitely took us some time to warm up once that sun finally peeked over the ridge.
So we set out from camp, got a little bit of trail under our feet, and we came across this big boulder that I had been made aware of and was really looking forward to seeing, which had all these really amazing pictographs. But unfortunately, it had definitely been defaced. It had been defaced recently too. It was a big disappointment to see that big, beautiful boulder with the pictograph panel totally defaced and covered in graffiti. It had been recent. I had seen some imagery from 1 or 2 years ago that the defacement wasn't there. So it was really disheartening to see what people have been up to out here and destroying some beautiful history and people's cultural heritage. This is a beautiful panel. You see all these markings down here. Almost looks like there's a few up higher.
Yeah, it looks like there's some remnants
Those are
of,
really old ones.
yeah.
Almost completely gone. But who does this? Who feels the need to just put crap on top of our amazing ancient history?